So here is my PC Engine Core Grafx 2. Basically all of these PC engines, they've got different names, but they're basically the same thing. It's a tiny little unit. Obviously this is Japanese. The American one is absolutely huge and full of air. External bus and everything. I had the little cover for this, but it's not here for a moment because I'm going to show you in a moment. So yeah, interesting little Japanese system, really small, and has some really great shooting games on it and some really cool CD games as well. And also the first part in one of my favourite series, which you'll see later as I waggle my finger about. So this is a standard Core Grafx 2, nothing's been done to it, but I have something else. Let's move that over there, and I'll slide in the Super CD-Rom². So this is the CD-ROM attachment for the PC Engine, but it has the Super System card already sort of built into it. And PC Engine slots in there. There's some wires, I'll explain in a minute. So let's plug this in here. I think this might be impossible one-handed, but I'll try. Yep, it is impossible. One moment. Back. Okay, so this has a power pass-through, so you only need one power block. There's an idea, Sega. Now, this is, as I said, the Super CD-Rom² unit. Let's pop the lid. CDs go in there. And this one sits directly on the back of these units. The other kind you can get is like a separate CD unit. It's about the same size as this, and it sits next to it, and you have to have an interface thing. Looks like a briefcase. But this one slots right on the back, and I really wanted this one because I thought it looked cool. And I like the design, I think. And maybe all in all, it actually takes a little less space. So nothing much going on the back. You have your AV port here. Power, that's it. This has had some modifications done to it. I've now got an RGB amp that my friend miisalo built. Find a link to his channel in the video, please. He's basically a super modder friend of mine, helps me with any kind of issues I run into. And also there is a sync amplifier booster that we added as well, because the sync in these units is rubbish. You can get in with all kinds of troubles getting these things to work, particularly with the XRGB3. Nightmare, it really was. But anyway, the thing's finally modded. We've got RGB out of it. Beautiful. Here's the controller I got. You can see again, it's this is all like the same series, the grey and orange, so it's nice. Although there's a little bit of yellowing going on the top of here. It's a bit of a pity. It's about the right colour on the sides here, but the top's a bit off colour. You can see the difference. But you know, whatever, no big deal. So I've got some games and accessories for it. Let's take a look at those. First up, Turbo EverDrive 2.4. The complete ROM set for the PC Engine Hue cards are actually quite small, so I've got a couple of ROM sets here, and works really nicely. Super useful. Next up, this is the Tenokoi Bank, and what this is a Hue card with memory storage, and there's actually a battery under here. It is replaceable if you need to. You can then, it's got about 4 banks of memory in it, which you can swap the memory on the system with here, so you can have like different banks of saves. But you must, if you want to save stuff in the games, it's got to be on the system. So this is kind of like a backup, and you can have multiple saves on this thing. Here's an arcade card duo. This lets you play the Super CD-ROM arcade games, which require even more RAM than the Super CD-Rom² has. There's only a few of those games, but I picked this up anyway because I want to be able to play whatever I choose, basically. And then one of the main reasons I got this system, Splatterhouse Part 1. As you know, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I'm a big Splatterhouse fan. And here we have the original. Got the manual. Oh, that game's so excited, it just wants to fly out. Let's see some gameplay of this. Here we are, Splatterhouse on PC Engine. Getting right into the action with a 2x4. Game living up to its name. I've always had this fascination with Splatterhouse since I played Splatterhouse 2 on the Mega Drive. And I'm really happy to finally have the first part in the series. Just avoid these spikes. Nice colours and graphics in this game. Get up! Whew. Alright. Auto firearm. Boom. These lovely worms escaping out the gore. Smack them. Turbo fire, and sitting in this corner, you can get a perfect score from this room. Come on. Right, that last one in the corner, he goes back down. We move forward. Done it. So I'm filming this on my B&O. Please excuse the reflections, but here in Finland we're starting to get a lot of daylight now. And I simply don't have the time to wait until it's dark. A lot of weapons available in these early levels, so you're not having to use your fists very much. This game isn't too hard once you've like practiced the stages a bit. You get the patterns down and so forth, although there are some stages that really still trip me up no matter how much I tried. Alright, we're into the basement. Wow, it's pretty flooded down here. I think he needs to come down here and get this sorted out, because this can't be good for the building's foundations, I would have thought. But, you know, considering that there's monsters and spiky balls floating around, I can maybe understand why nobody's bothered. Yeah, come on, jump these. Oh, that way. And back the other way. I like the enemies in this, they're just like big sacks of water. Sploosh. Alright, we're out of here, we're out of here. Up. And then the possession room. Not the possession, the poltergeist room. Back to the corner again. This is mostly a safe place to be. I like this room, I think it's kind of cool. You gotta watch this chair, it bounces high and low sort of a bit randomly. It's mostly safe to jump attack it. Alright, then the knives. Oh, that was bad. They go high and low, so you need to kind of get a read on that. Alright, in the picture we move forward. Sorted. Woo! Made it out. Oh! This is the level that ends with the chainsaw hands guy. I'm making a real mess of this, I apologise. You've got to get through this level without actually... Oh, come on! Without actually using the shotguns, because you need them for the boss. And you don't want to get caught by those spotlights, because then a hand grabs you down to a basement level, which is a little bit tricky. Did somebody crank the difficulty up on this? No, I need that. No. Okay, that's a great place to leave it. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.